Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kat, and today I am going to be doing swatches, two looks, and a mini review thoughts of the Melt Cosmetics. Today I'm doing one half of the collection, and tomorrow I'll do other half of the collection because I'm doing the Melt Cosmetics Amor Eterno collection. So today I'm going to do the Vida palette, and then tomorrow I am going to do the Morte palette, and I love the artwork for this. If you put the two together, you get the artwork. It is a skull. This was the Melt Cosmetics holiday collection, and they did it based on the Day of the Dead from Spanish culture. I believe that one of the owners is of Hispanic heritage, so this is basically, based on her growing up and the Day of the Dead, which I obviously love. I love Halloween, Day of the Dead, anything that has to do with that. I love the aesthetic of this. I love that they did the skull work, and I love how the palettes kind of break up into two pieces. So this is the eyeshadow, no, this is the pressed pigment palette, and the other one is their eyeshadow palette. And I only got the two palettes and the highlighter, and I got the the two palettes and the highlighter. I didn't get the gel liners or the liquid lipsticks that were in the collection. They were pretty, but I have enough liquid lipsticks and gel eyeliners that I need to get through, so that's what I'm wearing for my eyebrows. I've been using the NYX Vivid Brights cream products. They are a multi-use cream product. Use them as eyeliner, as brow gel, as freckles if you wanted to, as an eyeshadow base. I really like them, so I've been using those a lot. And I have the highlighter on my cheeks, and I am wearing a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick and a Urban Decay lip topper over it. So let's get into the math and the swatches. I was looking for my notebook and I put it over here. Okay, so we're going to do swatches, and let me break down the information for you guys, because with these palettes, the weight for both palettes are a little different. So I'll give you the numbers for the Vida palette, and then I'll give you the numbers for the Morte palette tomorrow. So for the Vida palette, it is a pressed pigment palette. It is $58. So you're paying $5.80 per pan. You get 10 pans of eyeshadow, and the total net weight on this one is 16.29 grams, or 0.574 ounces. So those are the sizes, and then the pressed pigment in this palette I'll show you when I open it. And the math is, okay, the math. Okay, so, like I said, the total amount was 16.29 grams and 0.574 ounces. So you're getting 1.62 grams per pan, or 0.05 ounces per pan. And that would break down to $162 a gram, or $5.24 per ounce. So that is what you're getting. You're getting over 1.5 grams of product. I like that if you get over 1 gram of product in each palette. So you're getting over 1.5 grams, which is good. Sorry, getting my hair out of the way there. So you're getting over 1.5 grams of product, which is awesome. You get 10 shades, and this is what the palette looks like when you take it out. So all of the flowers are raised. You have the skull. I love that it's got all of these bright colors, and then you have the skull underneath, and the back is more of these embossed flowers. And then when you open up this bad boy, they did such a good job on the packaging. You get this really nice mirror, but when you look at the mirror, there's this really lovely gold trim on it. I'm trying not to blind you guys, and it says Amor Eterno up right here. And then you have the colors right here. This is a more fun, festive palette. The other palette is more darker colors for like smoky eyes and stuff. So you get the pops of orange and red, and then the greens, and you get some neutrals here, and the shade Allegra right here. That is the pressed pigment. All the others are eyeshadows, so that one, if you have sensitive eyes, you might want to watch out for that. Okay, so that is the palette, and then we also have the highlighter. The artwork on this is so beautiful. You have this skull and all of this embroidered. Then you have the name of the company. That's how Amor Eterno is written on the top of the palette. And you have this design with the gold, so that is so pretty. And this is the Iluminación digital dust highlighter, and that is you get how much? You get 7 grams or 0.24 ounces. It is cruelty-free, gluten-free, and the eyeshadow palette is cruelty-free, and it is $39 on the website. And you can get it at Sephora, or you can get it on melt.com. And when you take the highlighter out, it's just in a nice black matte packaging. And then when you open this bad boy up, you get this really cool artwork. I love the skull on it. I have been using it, so you can see where the pan is starting to dig in on the side. So the only thing that is, if you're into a really blinding highlight, this isn't exactly it. I do have a cream base on underneath it, so this is a lot more, it gives you a nice pink, warm pink glow, but it's not like the usual alien glow I like. So that is a concentrated swatch, but it's one of those highlights like from one direction, you don't really see it, and then when in the light, it just is beaming off of it. So it's a little more subtle than highlights that are kind of these finely milled glitter highlights, but it's really pretty. You can build it up, you can wear it wet or dry. I like to wear it with a cream base underneath because it just gives it a little more kick and it helps it stay longer. I find with these kind of highlights, if you wear them with no base or without wetting it and putting on the face, it's just gonna fly off, and like after 2-3 hours your highlight's completely gone. So that is the one drawback of the highlight. It's a little more subtle, so if you're into really blinding glows, it's not really going to give you that, but it can be built up, and it is a very fine, one of those fine glitter ones. So if you're not into glitter, this might not be the highlight for you. And there are so many highlights out there with this pinky, peachy, warm, opalescent shift that you can find it for less out there if you're not into this. And it's really the artwork that drew me in, and most people, when I hear them talking about it, it's like I got it because of the design and the artwork, but there are better highlights out there. So I would say it's like a 3.5 out of 5. It's not the best, it's not the worst. So yeah, it's like right in the middle, this highlight. The palette I do like all of Melt Cosmetics eyeshadows, they are hella pigmented. They, the shimmers in this aren't as out of control, but, like the, Smoke Sessions palette, those shimmers are like busting out of the pan and get all over your face. These shimmers don't really have that problem. But, yeah, I like them. The mattes blend well. They last long. Melt Cosmetics is not a beginner's makeup company because everything is so pigmented and they can be tricky to work with. So I wouldn't call them a beginner's brand. You more have to be like... You have to know eyeshadows and how to work with bright colors if you want to work with them. So this isn't a palette if you're just getting into color that I would get. It's, unless like you're doing like, you know, a little bit of pop of color with them, but if you're going to do a full eyeshadow look, it can be tricky to work with. So something to think about. Now I'm going to swatch these bad boys. I will try and pronounce the names. I do not speak Spanish well at all, so if I butcher the pronunciation of these names, I apologize right now. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the color names because I wrote those down. So we have Serape. I'm gonna start off on the green side. So this is Serape. I think I'll leave all of the colors in the description box, and again, if I mispronounce it, I am so sorry. So Serape is, where, I swear, I write these colors down and I, okay, yeah, and this palette is also gluten and paraben free. Okay, so the... Did I not write down what these colors were? No, I did. Okay. I'm sorry. I had them going backwards. So Serape is a metallic green salsa with gold glitter, is their definition. And their shimmers don't feel as soft. They still feel nice, but your finger doesn't like sink into it and you take a ton of product out when you swatch it, but it is pretty. The glitter is not, you know, it's a very subtle glitter, so if when you wear the color, you're not going to worry about glitter fallout on the face, I found when I've worn it. So that is Serape. Then we have Papel Picado, which is a matte dazzling lime. That's Papel Picado. Then we have Amor Eterno, which is a matte bright citrine. So that is Amor Eterno. So those are the green and the yellow. And the mattes also feel a little drier than normal, but they blend out fine. They are pigmented. For a yellow and a lime green, those are very pigmented colors. So I am not disappointed in it yet. And I haven't been from the looks I've done with it. Then we have Agua Ardente, which is a matte smoky olive. That's this color. Then we have Chocolate, which is a matte rich cacao. Then we have Atoll, which is a matte cinnamon beige. So those are the neutral colors. Let me swatch them. Okay, so that is, this is Atoll, this is Chocolate, and this is Amor Eterno. Then we are on to the oranges and reds. So we have Soul, which is a matte brilliant sunflower. We have Pan Dulce, which is a matte orange marmalade. Allegra, which is a metallic shimmering grapefruit, and Vida, which is a pressed, Mexicana, which is a passionate matte warm red. So that is Mexicana, Allegra, Pan Dulce, and Sol. So let me swatch these, and they can stain. That is just when I wiped the neutral colors off, those can stain, and the red color can stain, but it you use an oil-based cleaner, it comes right off. So Mexicana, Allegra, Pan Dulce, and Sol. Ooh, that Allegra color is very smooth when I swatched it. So that is Mexicana, that is Pan Dulce, Sol, and which one is that? That is, yeah, Sol, Mexicana, Pan Dulce, Allegra. So that is all of the shades. They are very pigmented, they are bright, they are nice shadows. I like Melt, but like I said, they can be a little difficult for beginners to use, and these are very pigmented shadows, so a little bit goes a long way. These shadows actually kind of remind me of like Sugar Pill from what they feel like. So I will be right back. Let me prime my eyes, and we will do 2 looks on the eyes. So I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, I have primed my eyes, and I have lost my flannel because it is 75 degrees in here with the heat on. So yeah, I am boiling, and I am ready to do 2 looks for you guys. So I'm going to start, I primed my eyes with my CoverGirl primer, and I'm going to start off with the color Sol in the crease. So, which eye do I want to start with? Let me start with my not good eye. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing this. It's been all over Twitter and YouTube since I think Friday. This chick, Michelle Grace, who beat her kid for ruining her Jeffree Star Alien palette, and I don't know what she thought she was doing putting it on the internet. I think she thought Jeffree Star was going to send her a new palette, and I think Jeffree Star probably wants to do the opposite and ban her from his makeup if he could. But yeah, if I was Jeffree Star and I heard a fan did that and tagged me in a video, I think I would call CPS and just be like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I've been thinking I want to start doing like a kind of weekly series where I just, you know, do a look and kind of do like, I guess talking about the latest drama or topic that interests me or something, and just do that once a week. I've been thinking about it, so that might come up this week, and I'll probably talk about this crazy chick in my video. So I'm going to take this Sol color and go into the crease and blend it out, because it's kind of a transition color for me. These colors are very, very bright, which I like. And these are also very pigmented, so like I said, might not be the best if you're a beginner and trying to learn how to work with colored shadows. Okay. think I forgot to clean my brush a little, but not the end of the world. Okay, so I'm using that color kind of as, like I said, a transition color. And just bring it here a little bit. Okay, perfect. I didn't want to bring it all the way down. And then what's really annoying me about it is that everyone is calling her a beauty YouTuber, and I'm like, no, she's not a beauty YouTuber. She just happens to be bitching about makeup her daughter broke, and she does, like, witchcraft is her thing, which I find it interesting, but it's not, like, you know, it's not my main passion. Okay, make sure that is clean. But, like, what the hell was she thinking to put that on YouTube and think, like, people were going to agree with her? And then that she thought, like, Jeffree Star would send her a new palette. Like, what, woman? What drugs are you on? Because... or like I like to say, common sense isn't common anymore, because common sense would tell you not to publish that on the internet, but that's just me. Alright, so I have the Soul color in the crease. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller crease brush. There we go. And I'm going to take that red color Mexicana and go right into the crease with it. Just little tiny circles to blend it. This color is very, very pigmented. So that's one of the good and bad things about pigmented shadows, is it can get the look done a lot faster, but if you mess up somehow, it can go wrong really, really quickly with pigment this intense. So I'm just gonna do little small circular motions, blending this guy out. Okay. And just stamp it in and blend. I just wish sometimes Melt would put like 1 or 2 more shimmers in the palette. Because I feel like when I do an eyeshadow look, I only use like 2 matte colors, maybe 3, if I'm like feeling fancy. But I feel like, I don't know, I don't go crazy with the mattes like most people seem to do. And I think I might have, alright, I might have gone in a little heavy with the red, but okay. This stuff does blend out easily, which I like. Okay. There we have Soul with Mexicana blended out, and now I'm going to do, now I'm going to take, this cut crease canvas, and we're not going to take all that's on the brush, just a little tiny, oops, that was a lot. This is another one of those, a little bit goes a long way. And this is kind of like a more of, okay, yeah, I can use a little more. This is like a more affordable option of the P. Louise, I would say. It's from Makeup Revolution. It's their cut crease canvas. They make it in a few colors. And it's their full coverage eyeshadow base. So I kind of feel like it's kind of a drugstore option for P. Louise. Okay, that should be enough. Because the P. Louise base is really a concealer. If you really want to get into what it is, it's really a concealer that's used for eye base. And that's the only thing when you use reds like that, is it can kind of drag the color. So you want to pat it on. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Okay, I didn't mess that up. Woo! This is one of those steps that can mess up your work if you're not careful. Okay. Let's make sure this is patted on correctly. Great, and I got an eyelash in there. Where did that come from? Or nope, that's not an eyelash. It's where product got scraped off from the ferrule. Oh boy. Alright, make sure we got the end. We don't want it to go past there. I mean, even TMZ was reporting about what this crazy woman did. And you know, if TMZ is reporting on it, then it's definitely gone into the mainstream. And then now the kid's father has come to surface on social media, and it's this whole big thing. And I just like am thinking, if you think you're psychic and a witch, maybe this would have, I don't know, you would have seen that this was a bad idea to post this. Like, I still don't understand what that woman was thinking posting it. Okay, so I'm going to take a flat brush, and now we're going to take the color Allegra. And pat that onto my eyeshadow. Hello, Oreo. My cat came by to say hello to me. And let's just pat this on. And like I said in one of my last videos, I said I know I'm gonna jinx myself about talking about how it hasn't been cold and it's been nice and in the 50s here for the past like few weeks. Well, of course now it's gone back down to being in the 30s and 20s. And yesterday it was windy as hell. As long as that's all, if I don't want to say what I don't want to happen, because I don't want to jinx myself and wake up and find that it snowed or something. I'm just glad that we've dodged that this winter. Okay, just gonna stamp along here. I need to find out. I pre-ordered from Colored Rain their pigment palette, because I think it was Black Friday. They had a sale and they were doing a pre-order of the pigment palette, and I ordered it. And it was supposed to be mailed out, and I haven't heard any information. So I need to find out what is up with that palette, because they made the pressed pigment palette into a vegan version. Okay, so that is what it looks like so far. I'm going to take... Now I'm going to take the color Pan Dolce, that orangey reddish yellow color. I'm going to run that under the lower lash line, if I can find a okay, there we go. Just needed an angled brush. There we go. Now let's go underneath the eye. Okay. All right, I took that orange line, the lower lash. Then I'm going to take that Amor Eterno color. And use that on the inner corner. So I need a little tiny brush for that. That is the chartreusey yellow color. I'm going to use that on the inner corner highlight. I think they call this mermaid tears. When you put the yellow on the inner corner. I guess mermaids cry yellow. Okay. There we go. And then for a brow bone color, I'm going to take the highlighter. Going to take the highlighter and use that at the brow bone. So pretty. Okay, now I've shown you guys what the skull looks like, so don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, there we go. So you can see it's a little slight shimmer when it's in the right light. So that is the first eye that I did. Now I'm going to do this eye. We're gonna use the greens. We're gonna, use the greens and the yellows. Neutral colors aren't really me, but we know that. All right, make sure this red is cleaned off. That's the only problem with these, when you're working with eyeshadow this bright, that it can be hard to clean your brushes off. All right, let's make sure this brush is clean. And let's go in with, I'm gonna take this atoll color very lightly and just use it as a transition color. Just go into the crease lightly. You don't want to really deposit color. We just want to have a base for the shadows to blend on. Alrighty. Okay. We've got a nice base on the eye. Okay, then we're going to take, there is fallout in the pan. There hasn't really been fallout on the eyes. So there's kick up in the pan, but not on the eyes, which I don't care about that. Then we're going to take the Papel Picado color and just go in with circular motions. Kind of stamp the product in and blend it. If you want to watch, there's a channel called Judy D out there, and I love her channel. She does reviews of like the worst makeup artists, but she's not rude about it. She just kind of goes and let them does their thing, and then it is hysterical because it shows you like how trendy makeup is becoming, and how you really have to kind of be careful when you're going to look for services, because it's apparently very easy to, you know, offer that, but is it good? Are they practicing good hygiene? Are they, you know, giving you good products? Well, that doesn't matter, but are they giving you, you know, are they using quality products, not knockoffs? Are they, because you can majorly screw up your eyes or get a really bad skin infection if you use dirty tools or brushes, or if you use an eyeshadow that, you know, has bad ingredients. People can go blind from it. So it is very scary that if you go somewhere and they aren't doing good hygiene and practicing good hygiene, they can really screw your health up. I mean, it's kind of the same thing of like why you don't try on the lipstick tube at Sephora, or why you don't you know, put the eyeshadow on your eye. And I always want to scream when I'm at Sephora and I see people applying the testers to their face. I want to throw up. Because you don't know if that person has some skin condition, didn't wash their hands. It's just nasty. And I know people have gotten nasty things from using store testers. Okay, so that is the green color, Papel Picado. Then I'm going to take, just gonna do one more layer of this green. All right, then I'm going to re-prime this part of my eye. I'll do it off camera. I will be right back, guys. Oops, okay, guys, sorry, just wanted to prime my eyelid again because I'm going to do, let's do, I guess, a halo eye. So I'm going to take, let's see what Amor Eterno would look like if I use that to do a kind of halo effect. Well, it doesn't matter if I go over the yellow again because I'm gonna go into the center with a different color. Okay, that's going on nice. Okay, do the front half. And then do the outer half, leaving the center free. Well, I do like how pigmented even these lighter colors are because usually yellows don't show up very well. And these are actually showing up, so that's good. Mattes can be tough, I've noticed, if I want to use them just for like a color to pack on the center of the eye. I'm just gonna lay this down completely and then go over the center. Okay, so I took the Papel Picado color, laid it all over the lid. Then I'm going to take the Serape color, which is the green shimmer. Make sure we got that on the brush. And then, I don't know if this is the brush or, let me try with my finger. Okay. There we go. Okay. just need a little more, buddy, to get on the eyeball. Get on my eyes. Alright, let me, now that we've got that down, let me try with another brush. Okay, yeah. Needed a different brush, definitely. Perfect. Yeah, you need to use a stiff, flat synthetic brush. Did the job. There we go. We got a nice little halo going on. Then I'm going to put a little of that in the inner corner. This is a very stiff color. You kind of have to dig into the pan a little to get it on your brush. But once you do that, you're fine. Okay, sorry, something in the eye there. Okay. And then let me just take that chocolate brown color and line that on the lower lash. Okay. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. Gives a little smoky look. So that are the two, those are the two looks that I did. These are very bright and neon-y. I didn't use the neutrals really, except for like the chocolate and that color for a transition color. I don't know why I'm having such brain farts, but yeah, I used that, the neutrals kind of more as accents. So I like colors, so I like that I could, you know, make bright, bold color looks. But if you are into neutrals, there is that option to, you know, throw a brown in the crease and just maybe a little pop of color on the lid, and then a neutral on the lower lash line. You don't have to go crazy with the color. I just prefer colors to neutrals. As you can see, I have green freaking eyebrows on. So I think this has a little bit of everything for everyone. I don't think it's quite beginner. This palette, the formula is a little better, that if you're not used to working with colors, this is a little easier for beginners. I would say maybe stick with more of the neutral colors and slowly build up with the color if you aren't used to how their mattes perform. But I think they're great. They last all day, they're pigmented, they're cruelty free, they are, you know, unique colors and they stand out. You don't have to do the white base. I have a clear eyeshadow base on and they are sticking out. So I think this is a great palette if you are looking for these greens, reds, neutrals. You have it all in one palette, and then tomorrow or maybe later tonight I'll put it up. We'll see how I feel. The Morte palette, it's more like dark blues. It does have some dark reddish burgundy colors in there, so those are more of like, that's more if you want to do dark smoky colors, and then this is if you like the bright colors, and you could definitely combine the two palettes, and I'll do that too, where I do looks throwing in both of the palettes. But this is just the Vida palette, the pressed pigment palette, and I like it. I like that the mattes are, you know, they're easier to use, and the shimmers don't explode everywhere. I like it. I definitely like the palette. I like the color story. I like that you can use one or the other or combine them together. So yeah, let me know what you think of the palette down below. Did you pick it up? Is it not your thing? Let me know in the comments, and I will have those other two videos up soon. And I have a collab video coming up with Desiree. We're gonna do who is Space Case. We did last week top 5 cruelty-free drugstore skincare. This week I wanted to do the opposite, top 5 cruelty-free luxury products, so skincare and makeup. So that will be coming up from us this week. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will have the other videos up for you guys soon, and let me know what you think in the comments about this collection. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good night, guys. Bye.